The Yezdi Adventure has been a motorcycle that's been around for the last 2 years now, and it has finally received a much awaited update. Now what we have here is pretty much the same motorcycle, but there are some new elements, especially in terms of design, and you also get this new 334cc motor that we have seen in the Jawa before. How does it perform out in the real world? We've got to ride it today for a short period off-road and on-road as well, and here's what we think. Now as you can see, in terms of design, the Yezdi Adventure stays pretty much similar, although the cage from the front has been removed and now you just get these two panels on either side. Now this has helped them shed a lot of additional weight. Additionally, if you look in the front, this panel that you get over here now under the console, it packs away the wiring really well. So overall, when you get astride the motorcycle now, it just has a more premium feel to it compared to before.
The bike also gets a new sump guard and 4 new color schemes, 2 of which are in gloss and 2 of which are in matte finish. The gloss options include wolf grey and glacier white, and the matte color options include tornado black and magnite maroon.
Now the second major update made to the Yezdi Adventure is this motor right here. So this is the same unit that we have seen in the Jawa 350 before. So this is a 334cc single cylinder motor churning out around 30 horsepower and 30 Nm of peak torque. Now Yezdi also tell us that what they have done is given this very different gear ratios. So the first, second and third gears are shorter, while the fourth, fifth and sixth gears are longer. And additionally, each gear has its own specific tune. Now as soon as you get going on the Yezdi Adventure, the first thing you'll notice is that it is pretty smooth in the low end RPMs and it has a lot of low end torque propelling it forward. So when you're in tight and technical trails with especially a lot of slush around, this does come into use and it was quite easy to tread through all of those trails. When you talk about vibrations, it does have a few vibrations that creep in at the handlebar and the pegs once you cross the 6000 RPM mark. And out on the highway, this thing can do around 100 kilometers per hour in 6th gear at about 5000 RPM. So in terms of highway cruising, it is pretty decent as well.
Another thing that makes the bike easy to ride is the light clutch action, although the gear shifts aren't the slickest. The motor feels in its element when it is kept at the 4000 RPM mark, and it is also fairly tractable. It can do slow speeds of around 25 km per hour in 3rd gear without any juddering. Yezdi claimed that the suspension has been tuned to be more progressive, which avoids it from bottoming out and ultimately gives it better off-road capability. While riding the motorcycle through many off-road trails and sections of bad roads, it did offer fairly plush ride quality. Out on the highway, it felt pretty stable at 100 km per hour, and the Seat tires did a good job of offering grip even when the roads were completely wet. Cornering is something that we shall have to talk about later, as we didn't really experience the motorcycle through twisty roads. Yezdi also tells us that the 3 ABS modes on this bike have been retuned. The braking performance is good and these modes work well, with a clear difference in the ABS intervention between the road and rain modes. Off-road mode, on the other hand, allows riders to completely switch off ABS at the rear. The bike has a 815mm seat height, which is not too tall for an ADV motorcycle, and adequate ground clearance to tackle everything in its way. The ergonomics keep a rider upright and comfortable, although I would have personally preferred a slightly wider handlebar and the foot pegs placed a little further back. The Yezdi gets the same dash from the previous model with the segmented displays, and this is also an adjustable unit. In the features department, there is nothing new, but we were told by Yezdi that the Bluetooth connectivity and turn-by-turn navigation feature has further been fine-tuned. We didn't have a chance to experience these features in detail, so that is something we shall talk about when we get the motorcycle later.
So there you have it. The Yezdi Adventure is actually a pretty fun, friendly and compact motorcycle. In many ways, because of how it was chugging through trails in the morning, it reminded me of the older Himalayan 411. Although when you compare it to the new Himalayan 450, it is a much more compact motorcycle, and that means it's going to appeal to a wider range of riders. And also it is cheaper than the Himalayan 450. Although we do know that Yezdi's service network is not as vast as its competitors, so that is surely something that riders will have to look out for before making a purchase. But overall, it's a fun motorcycle and a really good update when compared to the previous generation model. We hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share and subscribe to the ZigWheels channel for more content like this.